Hello and welcome to week 3 of the NFL season as the New York Jets are taking on the Chicago Bears here from MetLife Stadium. The Jets are coming off a game in which they were dominated by the Green Bay Packers, having no offense and getting torched by Eddie Lacy, but it is prime time here for Monday Night Football as Robbie Gould is getting set to kick off to Jeremy Curley. The game is underway as Robbie Gould kicks it off deep to Jeremy Curley. He gets it cutting up middle, and he fumbles on the first play. It is picked up and brought down at the 22-yard line as Kasim Green comes up with the fumble recovery. A huge turnover to start the game, and that is right. Jimmy Clausen is getting the start as Jay Cutler is out with an injury. He'll be back in a couple weeks, but we get Jimmy Clausen to start the day. Matt Forte goes straight up the middle for 4 yards. As it is now 2nd and 6. Split backfield now. Clausen dropping back. Quick throw to the outside for Brandon Marshall. And he gets hit hard by Dewan Landry. But he does pick up 11 yards to set up 1st and goal. Clausen dropping back. Steps in the pocket. End zone. And that is Brandon Marshall for the touchdown. As the Bears are already up 7-0. Only 2 minutes into the game. So now Geno Smith takes the field. 30th in passing yards so far this year, 3 interceptions. We'll have to see him keep those under control if we want to win this game. Starting off the day, Chris Ivory up the middle, cuts, and he is hit just past the 1st down line. He picks up 11. So now under center is Geno Smith. Handoff once more to Chris Ivory. Gets hit immediately and only picks up around 2. Not a big gain as he gets up a little slowly. We'll have to see if that affects him. Chris Ivory to the left. He has some blockers out there. And he gets stopped just short of the 1st down line. This is now 3rd and 1 from the 40. Shotgun set, handoff to Ivory straight up the middle. Breaks one tackle but is brought down as he is able to pick up the 1st down as we're going to the ground a lot early. Now 5 wide set, going across the middle to Eric Decker. He picks up 7 yards and to set up 2nd down now. Chris Johnson in the game. He gets the ball, goes up the middle on a dive play, picks up 6 yards as he has been a nice change of pace back earlier in the year. Now Geno Smith, quick throw to the outside. That's TJ Graham and he steps out as he had a lot of room to run. That could have even been a touchdown there, but now Geno Smith across middle, throw behind Jeff Cumberland, but it is able to have been pulled in as that is a big gain. So now pass, great job again by TJ Graham to go up and get the ball to set up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Now 2 tight ends set to the outside, and the Jets have answered back with a Chris Ivory 3-yard touchdown to tie the game up 7-7. Matt Forte back on the ground. He picks up around 4 to set up 2nd and 6. Shotgun set. Clausen dropping back to the outside on the curl route to Brandon Marshall, and there is a flag on the play. We'll have to see what it is. It appeared to be a face mask as personal foul, and it is a face mask on Josh Wilson. A big play right there as that gets the Bears to the 45-yard line. Clausen pressure coming, and he is brought down by Muhammad Wilkerson for his 1st sack of the day. Screen pass. This is Matt Forte, and he breaks one tackle from Dewan Landry, but is brought down from behind by D. Milliner. So now split back set once more, screen play, and the ball is out, and Quentin Coples is on top of it. He spins and gets back up. He could go all the way. He's at the 10, and touchdown Quentin Coples. A huge play as it looked like he might have been down. We'll have to get a look at a replay, as if not, that was one of the most incredible plays I've seen, and he did not appear to be touched, and he ran straight into the end zone. Fumble, and he just sort of spun on top of the ball and scored to give the Jets a 7-point lead. Now Bears back on offense, give to Forte once more, picks up 4 yards. Clausen dropping back, trying to find, he has a lot of room to run, but he will stay in the pocket, finds his man, and that is a big completion to the 47-yard line. So now shotgun set, Matt Forte in the backfield, pressure coming across the middle to Brandon Marshall once more, as Clausen still does not have an incompletion on the day, as Marshall has 4 catches. So Clausen in the pocket once more, flat to Marquise Wilson, and that is a 1st down 81 yards, averaging just over 10 yards per throw for Jimmy Clausen. Now quick throw, and that one is intercepted again by Quentin Coples, coming up with the turnover. He has a lot of room to run, one man to beat, and he is brought down by the offensive lineman. Quentin Coples coming up big early, already 2 turnovers forced for him. But now Geno Smith looking to get some play, and Jay Ratliff comes up with the sack. Loss of 8 right there. Need to capitalize on another turnover. Now great throw, and that pass is picked off by Chris Conti, and he has some room to run. Offensive lineman to beat once more. A bad angle, and that is a pick 6 for Chris Conti. That ties up the game. A very exciting game to start out. 2 defensive touchdowns and 2 other turnovers on the day that gave the teams good field position. Now back on the ground for Chris Ivory. 3 wide set. Outside to Eric Decker. Dangerous throw on the quick out route, but Eric Decker able to come up with the ball. Now pistol set, 1 tight end, and that is a face mask that appeared on the Bears defense. That is a huge play, and that will get us a first down. Just to be sure, it is a face mask. A big play. But now handoff once more to Chris Ivory as we are really establishing the ground game. And 1 man to beat, stiff arms Conti, and he gets inside of the 10 as he just kept fighting right there. He is off to a great start, averaging over 8 yards per carry, and he already has his touchdown of the day. So now Ivory from the pistol, dive play. He fights for more yards right there, and another big play, a good run. Now going to the pass play, Geno Smith looking to the end zone, and not even close. TJ Graham had no chance. He can jump pretty well, but not that well, as we'll be forced to settle for a field goal. Now Jimmy Clausen dropping back, pressure coming, and another interception. This time by Antonio Allen, the safety out of South Carolina, comes up with the interception. Always like to see the South Carolina players coming up big. But now first play, TJ Graham once more across the middle, and he gets it just short of the 10-yard line to the 11. Shotgun set, Chris Ivory in the backfield. And across the middle to Jeremy Curley. Touchdown, Jets, as it is 24-14, a very high-scoring game as there is still 6 minutes left in the first half. Clausen dropping back, quick throw to Martellus Bennett, gets it, and he keeps fighting and gets to the 41-yard line. A nice play right there. Alshon Jeffrey in motion, dropping back to Alshon Jeffrey, another South Carolina product, picks up 9 yards and gets them to midfield on the left hash mark. So now draw play to Matt Forte, and I believe he got it. We'll have to see. He goes on the draw play, fights up the middle, is met by Harris, but no 3rd and inches. This is a huge play right here, and Forte fights through 1 tackle and is brought down, but he does pick up the first down. Now Clausen, deep drop back across the middle, this time to Wilson again, and that picks up about half of what they needed for 3rd and 4. Coples on the tackle. Now empty backfield to the outside on a curl route, and Wilson is there. Actually, that is not Wilson, that is Josh Morgan, and he is not able to get it, and they will go for a very long field goal, 50 yards for Gould. It's up, and he destroyed that ball as they were kicking into the wind, and he is able to knock down the 50-yard field goal. So kickoff, 1 minute left, just under the 2-minute warning. Curley back, he's trying to get something going, and he fumbles again, and that ball is picked up, and it is a scoop and score, 24-24. We'll have to see if Curley continues to return kicks. We kept him back there, and he didn't fumble that time, but that is a huge momentum play as Chris Johnson goes across the middle, picks up 8 yards on the in route. So now Smith dropping back, going farther, and he finds Eric Decker. He let him a little too much, but Decker's able to pull it in. A great play right there, 1st and 10 for the Jets. Now to Shaq Evans, trying to get to the outside. He picks it up and gets a nice gain right there. Geno Smith playing pretty efficient. He did throw the pick 6, but if you ignore that, which you cannot, he has played well. And another great throw right there, that time to Greg Salas, getting some, he's one of our reserve receivers as he's getting some extra playing time with Percy Harvin out. But now Zach Sudfeld gets us into first and goal territory. Clock winding down, 30 seconds left. Ivory fights, and he is brought down to the 1-yard line. We'll use our first timeout of the half, and Ivory dives into the end zone, as that should give us a 31-24 halftime lead. Only 20 seconds left, and it will be 31-24. One of the higher scoring first halves I've ever seen. Does not break the record, but still, that is 55 combined points from one of the worst offenses, honestly, in the league, in the Jets. And the Bears without Jay Cutler, a little surprising. Not a whole lot of yards, but the turnovers have given the teams good field position. Clausen, pressure coming. He finds Brandon Marshall, but again he is hit very hard by Dewan Landry. Now, offset eye to the outside is Matt Forte, and he picks up around 6 yards. Actually, it's about 4. Back to the ground for Forte. He is met by Muhammad Wilkerson, only picks up 3. This is a big third down for the Bears, and they are not able to get it. A great play right there, and a great stop as our offense will take over. A nice punt, though, as Geno Smith scrambling out to the right, looking downfield. He takes off and is hit hard on that play, but is able to hang on to the ball. However, he will drop back 5 wide set to the outside to TJ Graham. Could this be TJ Graham's breakout game, as he is one of our starting receivers now, but on the Z spot rolling out, he finds Eric Decker for a 6-yard gain. 2 tight end set, 1 man in the backfield, quick slant. That is TJ Graham again. Called his name a lot in this game, said a lot, but this could be his first career great game. Now draw play to Chris Ivory, fighting, runs into a couple of offensive linemen, and he is nearing 100 yards on the day, 13 yards short of it. However, he has 18 minutes to work with to get it. So now lobbing that pass, and what a throw and catch. Jeff Cumberland, Geno Smith, not the best throw, not a great decision, but he does fit that in there as Chris Ivory 7 yards short of the milestone mark of 100 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry. Geno Smith dropping back, and that was intended not for Eric Decker, but the other receiver in the area. Not sure who that was. However, Geno Smith, pressure coming, and that is a loss of 9. We might be out of field goal range now. We'll have to see if Nick Folk can knock it down. The kick is up, and it is good. It just sneaks in there, as it is now a 2-score game for the Jets. Under center is Jimmy Clausen. Quick throw, and that was almost an interception by Harris, as that would have been a big play right there. And now Clausen steps up in the pocket. Out to the flat is Matt Forte, showing off his receiver ability, as he is actually a very good receiver for a running back. I think he had like 50 catches this year in real life. But he goes back on the ground, not averaging a lot of yards, just over 4 yards. Chris Ivory looking much more like an all-pro back than he is, and that is an interception. D. Milliner gets the pick. What a play from him, his first interception of the day. I've actually liked what I saw from him so far this year. He's come up with a couple of interceptions, but back to the ground, as we're going to try and run the clock some more now. Get the ball into Chris Ivory's hands. A great cut right there. Avoids the tackle and picks up the first down. So now empty backfield, 1 tight end. And then it's screened past Eric Decker. And that is a shoestring tackle by Justin Houston. Now we'll get a look at our upcoming schedule. The Lions, Chargers, Broncos, and Patriots. A very tough slate coming up. But now Geno Smith out to the flat route. Jeff Cumberland gets it. There was a man there, but he fell off the receiver as Smith is able to fit that ball in. So now 3rd and 5, and that is intercepted by DJ Williams. This has been a battle of the turnovers. DJ Williams' first interception of the day, and Geno Smith's second interception of the day. So now Clausen going deep. He has his man, and now Alshon Jeffrey. Milliner got burned, and that is a touchdown. A long touchdown for Alshon Jeffrey. Once again, South Carolina product coming up big. If you didn't know, they are my favorite college team. So that's why I'm happy that they're doing well even against my team in this franchise. But now Chris Ivory back on the ground. D. Milliner, though, on that play, just as I was talking good about him, got burned. And the pressure coming in, Geno Smith able to get that ball away. That could have been disastrous if that would have been a fumble or even a sack. And what a catch right there from Jeremy Curley. Pass was behind him, and the Bears have 2 sacks in the day, getting some pressure on Geno Smith. Even when they're not actually sacking him, they are forcing him to hurry. But that appears there is a man down as Chris Ivory loses 2. So now Ivory once more on the ground fighting. He just will not go down. And that is a nice pickup, 6 yards. This is a huge 3rd down. Cannot let the Bears get the ball back. And Cumberland comes up big. He just sat down in the middle of the zone and came up with the play right there for the 1st down. So now Ivory back on the ground, breaks 1 tackle, fighting, and he gets 5 yards to set up 3rd and 3. Another big play, going with the screen pass, pressure coming, and this has a lot of room to run. 1 man to beat. Try and go with the juke move, but DJ Williams, great open field tackle. As Geno Smith, he's beaten his average so far this year. We'll have to see if he continue this success. He takes a step back, and that pass is nowhere close to Chris Johnson, as will be forced to kick another long field goal, 53 yards. Kick is up, and it is good. Another kick that barely squeaks in. Great day so far from Nick Folk. He has 3 field goals. But now Jimmy Clausen going deep. He has a man. And Milliner had another chance for an interception. However, he dropped the pass as the Bears were taking a shot downfield. Middle of the field, that is Matt Forte. And it sets up 3rd and short. Playbook is open, can go to the run or the pass. But they will go I form. And right up the middle to Matt Forte, bounces off. And he picks up the 1st down. Just over 3 minutes left now in the 4th quarter. Bears have got to score here. Clausen looking. He finds Brandon Marshall in triple coverage for the big gain, as both offenses almost have over 400 yards passing on the day. But this time it is the Bears going right across the middle once more, really utilizing the inside of the field. And now Jimmy Clausen going this time to Matt Forte again. He's really been efficient on he's been catching the ball very well so far. But now a sack right there. That is a huge play. 2nd and 17, 1.5 minutes left. Clausen to the outside, and Forte steps out of bounds. He had some room to run, but now that sets up 3rd and long. We'll bring our defensive backs in. Big play outside, and that is Kadeem Carey, the rookie. He picks up 1 yard, 4th and 10. This could decide the game, and it is a sack. What a play, as that should, we need to pick up a 1st down, but that could secure the game as Muhammad Wilkerson comes up with the with the sack. But now Chris Ivory on the ground. He gets the 1st down. A big play. The Bears will use their 1st timeout of the day, and we will just kneel the ball. So now we will be punting with 12 seconds left. 4th and 9, as we allowed the delay of game penalty. That kick is right up into the middle of the air, and that is caught. 6 seconds left. It should be time for one more heave at the end zone. We'll have to see if the Bears can come up with some late game magic. And Jimmy Clausen is sacked again, this time by Damon Harrison. Our defensive front coming up big at the end of the game. A couple of sacks to secure the win, as the Jets are off to a 2-1 start. A really good start from a team with a brand new head coach. Not a lot of talent, lost 2 of their top corners in the offseason, but started off very well. Scoring slowed down in the 2nd half. But Jimmy Clausen ends up with over 250 yards, 5 combined interception. And like I said, Chris Ivory looking like the all-pro running back in that game. But DJ Williams comes up with a bunch of tackles, and Muhammad Wilkerson, 3 sacks on the day. All of those were just as big, 2 coming on the final drive. And Chris Conti with his pick 6. A couple of other and a couple of fumbles. Daryl Sharpton, both on the kickoff returns, did force those. So now only a couple of teams left who are undefeated. The Patriots being one, who lead our division. We are tied with the Buffalo Bills. You can see the stats. Geno Smith still 30th in passing yards, and we will be taking on the Detroit Lions in our next game. This is a huge game, but Matthew Stafford has a broken ankle. He is out for the year. That is a huge break for us, as Dan Orlovsky will be getting the start, the 9th-year man out of Connecticut. And we will also be getting our center back in Nick Mangold. This is his first game, his first regular season game of the year, as this will be a huge matchup. We'll try and continue our winning ways that we've started off the year. But I hope you did enjoy. See you next week for the Lions, 'cause I'm out.